Hi everybody, it's Dimitri here from Rush Hour, and today you are in the podcast studio and have a special guest today. He came directly from Italy, a good friend of mine, Luca Ferrari. Yeah. So, and thanks a lot, Luca, to coming to my studio and to have you here. It's a real honor and pleasure to speaking with you. And today we will be talking about your experience, basically, in Dubai, and also purchasing a property through the Rush Hour Real Estate, and as well as your, I know the full history, but I think for our customers and for our followers will be really interesting to know what was the process and everything, how was you thinking to buy the property in Dubai, what was your thoughts, maybe specific risks you were considering, how long it took. So there will be nice journey so you can explain everything. Yeah. So thanks a lot, and tell us how your journey started with Dubai property. How would you start thinking about even to buy a property here? What's your beginning?
So thank you, Dima, first to having me here. So for me, it's a pleasure to tell to the people, to your customer, to your audience, my experience. So if you ask me how it was, if I thought to have a property in Dubai, never in the life.
Can you imagine?
Absolutely.
This,
For me, Dubai was just a place to come for vacations. It was a luxury, honestly, for me and my family to come, to have the opportunity to come here to Dubai. And every time I was coming here the first time, I was saying, wow, how is cool
when you
here.
first time came here?
I think
first trip here?
minimum at least 5 years ago or something more. With the family was just for vacation, and for us was a wow effect just to be here as a vacation. Yeah. And then you see, and then in the life, you have a property here in Dubai. So
But did you start thinking about, for example, buying a property already at that time, or first time when you came here, there was nothing yet?
No. It was absolutely nothing yet, because as a first time for me was something, at least I was thinking, was something bigger than me. And then you realize during the journey that it's something more affordable than what you think. But no, it was a journey. And that this was a long journey for us.
That's why it's really so exciting to see and hear from you what you were feeling, and when the first time you were thinking or talking to your family, maybe it's a good place maybe to buy something. When there was first things you were feeling it's coming to you?
Let's say our story is also quite particular, because we are a family that we are traveling a lot the world for my job. We move from Italy to Switzerland, then to US, and now we are living in Germany, despite we are Italian. And of course, living abroad, then you think to have something more a broad experience. And then I would say 2 years ago, we started to think about, even when we were in US, to think to have something here in Dubai, also look in the market. And then also for me was really important to have a trust person like you here. And for me, this was a game changer. This was the game changer. And then talking to you and so on, and seeing also advertising in internet and so on, the news, what the country is doing for the property and so on, for the population and so on, for me was convincing me more and more before to make the investment.
So, and I know that the period of your thinking was almost 1 year before you purchased anything. So you were like a lot putting an eye to the news, maybe to something. What you were watching, or what was like pushing yourself to understand about Dubai? What was your journey in this way? So once you decided, I remember, let's say 2 years ago, you said to me first time, Dimitri, I'm thinking to buy something. And then we start talking and WhatsApp and then chatting there and here, Luca, how are you? What do you plan? You said, okay. And then it took 1 year for you to understand market maybe. So what you were analyzing, what was your thoughts during this period? I mean,
No, first of all, for me, the first barrier was I am ready to manage an investment in distance. This was my first thought. If I'm able, I'm ready to manage this. Then, of course, once I'm ready to this, and when I need a trust person, and you were for sure this trust person, what kind of amount I can manage, how can I manage in distance, this kind of thing. Am I ready to manage a distance investment? Because, people want to see and to manage the things by their hands.
Exactly, so that's one of the things people usually consider. That's why also it took some time to understand. Yeah?
Exactly. And in that moment, I was even living in US, was maybe a bigger distance, and so on, so on. And then in the moment we come back in Europe, living there was, I would say, this is the right moment. I'm ready. I see a very good possibility in Dubai, affordable also for my budget. I have a trust person agency here. Let's try. In the life, you need also to sometimes to risk. Let me say, and this was the man. But yes, took time because before to do something, I really want to be not sure 100%, but comfortable.
Yeah, that's good. And then once you decided, what was your criteria, for example, to choose the property? Which one? Were you simply relying on the brokerage, on in this case, Rush Hour and me, or you were still having something in your mind more what you know, what you want? So what you were thinking, of course, like maybe you were looking what I'm suggesting, or you were looking for a specific amount. So what was your criteria when you were searching it?
For sure, I had a budget.
Yeah.
At least I put myself a budget, and as I told you. But then the area, I know the area in Dubai, but for me, I trusted 100% your agency, you, and your proposal. Because we know Dubai as a tourist.
And there are thousands of developers.
Exactly.
So basically how you can source them, maybe yourself, but...
Exactly. And on the area and so on, I really was trusting you 100%. About also the development, because developer, we are talking about an off plan, at least in my case, and it's quite something new for me as experience. And I think everybody knows in Dubai which are the most famous or biggest one. And then you were putting me on the table some developer that I even didn't know. But I was trusting to you 100%, and I had to tell you that if I had to say now, the developer and the unit I bought and so on, I'm very happy. At least it's very, now it's become even more famous, this developer and so on. And I say, yes, was a good choice.
That's the good thing, because also when I was suggesting to Luca to buy an apartment from Bingati developers, the Bingati was just a turning point from very low quality, let's say, apartment to a high quality apartment, then launching also Jacob & Co, Mercedes and Bugatti. And so now the developers amazing and famous and delivering high quality apartments and still in very good prices. And your apartment, actually, when we chosen this apartment, it was 1 year ago exactly, almost, let's say.
Yeah.
And now it's already completed, and it's like 2-3 weeks to hand over, let's say.
Yeah.
So you will receive your unit in 1 year investment, let's say, and you can rent it out and enjoy the rental incomes within almost, let's say, 1 year.
Yeah.
So this is amazing, I think. So,
absolutely.
And none of the developers, let's say, having this kind of speed of construction. So, and that's what they promised and they delivered, let's say. So I would say this is really great investment. And in my opinion, guys, if you want to have such good offers, still contact us. Below there will be contact details. Feel free, and it's absolutely free for you to have a consultancy and advice from our agents and etc. So we can arrange for you good meetings as well with developer. Good. So, and what's your plan now? So you will receive your unit in the next 2 weeks, let's say. So what do you want to do this? Do you want to flip it or rent it? What's your plan with this? And what's your plan further?
My initial plan was maybe a long-term rental and so on, but I don't want to exclude any opportunities, of course. Also, let's see how is the value of the unit today, and then we will see the conclusion. But initial plan was a long-term rental, but I don't want to be too much focused on this. Let's see. Also, thanks to your support, what the market will propose, and then we will see. In this moment, I'm also in the phase of applying for my investor visa.
This is another thing.
And
so
exactly.
You have a plan, and you know, I know that you are now in the process of obtaining your 2 years investor visa, because you purchased the property exactly matching these criteria. And I think it's good. And you came this time exactly for this purpose to Dubai. So, and what do you expect after this? So let's say I expect within 2 weeks we will get this done for you, and you will receive the Emirates ID. And at the same time, I know you would like to have a bank account as well here. So basically you will be benefiting from having the property here. So, and this is also one of the benefits which Dubai market allows people to do. Yeah, so they can have the residency as well, enjoy the long stays, open bank account, and some benefits in the school for kids if necessary.
Yeah.
And I think also in medical and other specific institutions as well. So, and what's your plan after that? So, would you still continue thinking to invest further? What's your plan? I mean, next step, yeah.
I would say this apartment, this investment was a kind of, allow me to say, a test.
Yeah,
because
for sure. First time,
I wanted to be comfortable to see how the things are working here and so on. Of course, considering the market evolution and if there are good opportunity, why not? This is will be absolutely something I'm thinking about. Maybe something bigger, because I start with a humble one bedroom apartment. But this was exactly my test for the Dubai situation, and so. But absolutely yes, thinking.
And I know that also you were connected with the mortgage advisors. I think also linked with our company, Hollow Mortgages, and we had a special podcast as well. Specific episode with the Hollow Mortgages advisor here. So you can check, guys, in the videos and find, and everything about the mortgages will be there. So everything you know and you need to know actually about the mortgages for residents, non-residents, and for Gianluca, it will be really also, I think, really helpful to become a resident here. And then you can have a specific a mortgage on your next investment. Yeah. So I think it's also a good thing about having a residency here. So when the people can start simply, I think the minimum criteria for 2 years visa is to purchase the apartment of quite affordable amount of money. And then you can apply for the residency and receive the benefits for next investment, which can be covered. How much you were told you have support from the banks on the next investment? If you had already outcome from the Hollow Mortgages something?
No, not yet. But this is because my step was I would like to, with the current investment, to make it run. And then once it's done, it's stabilized, we go with this. So I will for sure see details. But for sure having a person local that can explain me how the mortgage it's working here, I think is a big added.
Okay. And what was the struggle, for example, or any issues you had during the period when you purchased the apartment? For example, when you paid first deposit, and then within this period until, I know that you paid already in full for the apartment, even it's still not handed over, but there is a reason as well for that, because is there any specific issues you faced during this period from the beginning of the deal until the completion? Kind of maybe you were thinking, is it or something was concerning you? Something kind of maybe funny, but anyway.
No, I would say for sure when you make these kind of transactions, you are always not worried, but you think twice before to touch the bottom of the transfer and so on. But I repeat, every time I had some doubt and so on, I was always contacting you, and I had to say that almost immediately you were always answering me. Sometimes you can have some doubt. You can say if this is that but you were always available to explain me. And I had to say, even the developer, I was writing email to the salesperson in contact, and she was writing me every time with a really clear feedback and so on, and was giving to me more. I was more relaxing, let's say, and also the customer service, the direct contact of the developer was always in 24 hours. They was giving to me any kind of feedback. So,
and you were receiving also like on monthly basis progress of the construction videos, all these things, so you can check how they progressing, how many floors they did, so directly on the YouTube.
This is a very cool thing to say. Every month I was receiving a kind of newsletter with a video and pictures about the development of my unit. And then every time I was also coming here to Dubai, because in the meantime I keep coming here for vacations. I was going also live to visit, and exactly how. And this is for me is really important. We are distant, we are not in Dubai, but they are informing you
in connection,
and they are giving to you exactly monthly what is going on there. This is for me.
And I think still it's good for people who are just purchasing the property, even from developer directly, but through the agency as brokerage, since any time you can still contact the brokerage company and ask for support, even when you were writing an email to the company and saying, look, guys, what is the status, or something like, can I make a payment in 1 week later, 1 week earlier still? to follow up on any questions. You can ask us to follow up, to check. Sometimes even when you were coming here, I remember, even this time as well. So we were driving you to the office of developer. So you were meeting also the salesperson. So I think it's kind of a small support, but I think it's really helpful. I mean, for the people who are living specifically abroad.
Clear.
So they can always check what's happening there and here. At the same time, you had also a good, I think, a bonus on the top of your payment schedule and things at the end of the project. The developer contacted you and also asked you to...
Yeah, they proposed me a discount.
A discount,
and,
again.
And at the beginning I was shocked because I said
happening?
something wrong. I was checking if it was a scam or so. Honestly, I was contacting you. I said, is this true? I said, yes, it's true. Yeah. I even called from Europe their developer directly, asking, but can you confirm this is safe? And everything was real. So I said, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then Gianluca was calling me and saying, Dimitri, what's happening? And why it's like, why developer is asking me to pay before and also asking 2% discount? Because in normal circumstances, normal world, non-developer will give you a discount. I mean, come on, it's not only in Dubai, I guess, because you will receive your unit in 1 month earlier or 1 month before, so things will not change, but they will offering you a little bit still more on the top, and you I think it's nice, amazing. Yeah. So you still have this little bit of there and here, so which you can use, this 2% amount you can use for furniture or for kids, for spend for the family as well. Yeah. So that's great. I mean, yeah. So and in 2-3 weeks we hope to get the unit, even if you will not be here. And as we agreed, we will be visiting this apartment on your behalf. Making a snagging, which is also complimentary, comes from our agency guys. So if you're buying a property in Dubai, so basically what we will care about, we will be coming to the property when it's handed over and follow the process of snagging. So inviting an engineer, and he will check the AC, he will check the water drainage, electricity, smart home system, everything, whatever is in the apartment. If there are any scratches or any defects, so we can check the making report, then submit to developer, submit to you as well. And then once you check everything, we will follow up until all the defects are done by developer. And then simply the unit is received as necessary. Because, for example, Luca is always in Europe or somewhere else. He will not be able to really control this process. He can come here anytime, but still he relies on the agency and as a trusted partner to bring him the unit already fit for purpose, just simply rent it out or maybe resale, mostly of course to rent it out, or even if you want to live in it. I think it's important. Yeah? So that's great. And I would say many people considering Dubai safe, but many people considering Dubai not safe at all. Sometimes they're saying, many things going under the carpet, there and here. What's your feeling about Dubai itself, about the safety, for example, in Dubai? Because you're here already, let's say, 4 or 5 times, approximately. What do you feel? How do you feel about your kids when they're here, when you go around on the streets and the malls, here and there? What's your feeling about it?
Absolutely, I have to say no issue at all. You have to consider I'm coming from countries where you have to pay, it's for sure you have to pay more attention, but here absolutely we are super fine. We don't. It's not a problem for us to control the kids. We're on the playground, in the mall, and so on. So about the safe, this is one of the reasons why we decided also to put our investment because we consider Dubai a safe country, and we see how they really strategically they want to grow, and for sure for them is important to keep this status. Otherwise it will be difficult then to attract people, and for us this was one of the key things, because if I think it's not a safe country, also for my kids, I will never invest here.
Exactly, yeah. Because for example for me really, and I always really believe in this, and this is what I'm facing. I'm living here already more than 13 years, and I really was living in Italy, and when we met, and as well in other countries, but still I consider Dubai one of the most safest city in the world, because my son, for example, he's just taking the taxi by himself. He's 14 years and he can walk on the streets. He can walk at night, and he will walk any day, a light in the malls. He can play by himself and always know when he will come back home safe and sound. Nothing will happen. I can sleep absolutely quiet and no worries about him. Of course, you control son, how are you there and here? But still, everything is fine. Even the schools are, the schools are paid, but still the same things happen in the Europe and there. But instead of paying taxes, people paying basically for education or medical care and etc. So I think that's great and absolutely fine. But also, what kind of things you liked about Dubai? Maybe specific something you visited here, or any specific places you can recommend for guys who coming first time here to put an eye maybe and to start their journey from at least a couple of things which you liked about Dubai. I mean, to see sightseeing or something.
I would say for sure for Dubai the typical attractions that everybody see from outside, like Burj Khalifa, all these kind of stuff, the great bridges they have here. I had to say also the good mood of the people. I have to say here I love how the people are so kind.
The people actually really nice.
Absolutely.
And maybe because of the sun as well. There's so much sun, but at the same time, environment is different, I think. People kind of more happy here.
Yeah.
And they have actually in Dubai, I think, the Ministry of Happiness here. Something like this.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Never met these guys, but I think they have a Ministry of Happiness. What is this? I mean, this is amazing.
Exactly.
If there is a Ministry of Happiness, I definitely think they will work on it to make people happy around. I don't know what they do, but I think they maybe kind of making the citizens here more happier in terms of inventing some attractions, some, again, safety, some specific things, and I don't know. Lots of festivals, lots of other things, easygoing things out and there. I mean, this is something crazy. But also, I know that you are a golf lover. Yeah. So, and we will play this evening golf. And I think it's one of the best destinations for golfing as well. Yeah. So, because, I mean, there's like completely nice weather all year round, except maybe summer, couple of months. But still, during the summer, you can play golf at night. And we will do the golf night tonight as well. Because we are working during the day, and then you can enjoy. You simply just go for a couple of hours and enjoy 9 holes golf game a little bit. If you have any questions specific, maybe for me, you can ask me as well, because sometimes I'm using it this kind of chance to ask people if you have any specific questions to the agency about Dubai, about anything. This will be also just kind of nice things for our followers to see and anything.
Let me say, considering that I bought my unit in the JVC area.
Exactly.
JVC. How do you see the evolution of this area from now in the next 5 years, 10 years, and so on?
So if you will see, for example, the JVC 5 years ago, this was absolutely different place, an area basically. There was only a couple of buildings really standing quite far from each other. So there was like abandoned place, let's say, kind of strange, ghosted a little bit, I would say. It was quite cheap area, but now we've been there a couple of days ago. You've seen it looks like already almost like business center. Like it's all the towers are rising there and here. The parks are getting better. Greenery is more there. So streets more straight, nice, more clean, more organized, and lots of coffee shops. There are 2 more malls coming there. New flyovers. So the Dubai government also trying to improve the infrastructure of each area. And the GVC is one of these areas as well. So they are building more roads, more intersections, so people can feel the traffic reduced with the time. And definitely in the next 2-3 years, there is a plan from the Dubai government to make a metro station exactly in JVC. So there will be connection for the people who don't want to use the private transport cars, to use the public transport, which is really, I think, the government is planning to do to reduce the traffic and encouraging people to basically to save the environment as well, plus to use public transport because easy to connect to Business Bay, to other locations, to the airports. So you don't need to use your car unless you go to the beach maybe, etc. So the area is getting really well developed, and not only in the infrastructure, but in terms of people who buying in apartments like you or someone else. I still believe that the area, the GVC, is still one of the most promising because the area is big, it's massive. It's like if you see the Jumeirah village circle itself, it's massive area. So, and there are lots of parks there in here. And the location-wise, if you check the map, it's between the international airport now and the new airport which will open in Dubai South. So it's exactly in the middle between the airports, and also it's close to the Palm, close to Marina, close to the Business Bay, and it's basically located in the center. And Dubai, of course, all the developments going towards the, let's say, desert more to this side. From the sea, everything goes more deep to country. So those areas will be, of course, more developed, and the people still will try to buy an investment there and here. People buying different location, but in my opinion, the area is still very good. But there are so many different areas you can consider. I mean, in terms of buying, and we were talking about to diversify your portfolio. And when we were driving here in the car, you told me, Dimitri, maybe next time I will buy something considering Burj Khalifa area. Yeah, because it's still a landmark. It's a nice one. So, and this is a good thing about to tell people, even the area as GVC is really good to invest. And the first investments, what you did was really good actually, because you were trying to check how it works, how the agency works, how the developer works, how the payment will go through from your country here, there and here, how are you going to make it happen, and what will be the product delivered. So now you're more confident, of course, and you will choose maybe some different areas to invest. And this is exactly, I think, good thing. So do not invest into one area. Just invest in different things, different areas. And even you were asking about the townhouse as well. Yeah. So considering different things is, I think, is very good, because in the time, if you check, Dubai was always performing in different time, different zones will be performing differently. So, and sometimes JVC was super top and still on the top, I think, but sometimes it's moving a little bit. So the Business Bay performing better, the Palm Jumeirah performing better, some other areas going more trendy, more better to investment, even to live at the same time. But I think once the metro will be there, the area will be, I mean, super nice and super cool. The next mall will be open also, Nahil Mall will be open in Jumeirah Village Triangle, which is just next over, and the people will have access directly to the mall from the GVC actually to the mall by flyover. So that's great, I think, and definitely I think the potential of Dubai is crazy, and especially people were for after COVID, and I think this is also realized by you exactly after the COVID period, when the people seen how Dubai was reacting to this crisis and what they did for the country. I mean, so many people came here specifically because the government was able to come over with the solution during this disaster, and many people from Europe, from any part of the world, were coming here exactly because they've seen that the vision of government is not just simply to create a trouble for people, but just create something beneficial for people. Of course, complying with the safety procedures, but to encourage people and help people basically to live and work normally, even with the flex schedule day in here, from home, from offices, from here.
As I said, now I'm really focusing on for the final step for my investor visa. For sure, I'm also interested to understand how long does it take then to rent it or to...
Yes.
So this will be, at least as a customer, it's something very interesting.
Exactly. The good thing is, like, for example, Luca was purchasing an apartment through our agency from developer. But the good thing, again, would you consider us to rent it out for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is, I think, a good thing for the investors, that we will be renting it out for you and taking care for all the process. Yeah. So you will be staying in Europe or US, doesn't matter. So we will be simply renting it out. Of course, you will be approving the price and conditions then here. At the same time, we will be even collecting the checks for you and then depositing it to your account. So basically, you will just enjoy. I hope so. Yeah. So, and we will also trying to control the tenant if the person is living is appropriate, and also he preserving your apartment in the nice conditions, so not damaging it or something. Yeah, I think this is a good thing again to have a brokerage company you can deal with, so they can care about the full process. Yeah, and that's amazing. I think good. So, what you would say to the guys who are watching us now? Should they invest in Dubai? Should they think twice or not? You were thinking 1 year before buying.
Yeah.
What's your general recommendation if they still think yes or not? What do you will say then?
For sure, at the beginning, it's normal that the people are worried, but
Yeah, of
he's a
course,
human
yeah,
being
yeah,
and so on. But for sure, as per my experience, absolutely, I think it's worth
Yeah.
for the return of the investment
Yeah.
and also for the trust of this country and also for your about your company. I can tell you, I see a friend of mine, colleague of mine, look at me doing this kind of thing. They're also thinking,
They're thinking
about this. Of course, you need to
They
be
start digging a
yes
little bit.
to understand, to ask. Of course, you need to be more open-minded. You need to be flexible on this, but absolutely no. If I had to come back, I will take less time to decide. This for sure.
Exactly.
This for sure. But everything I think need a process,
Yeah.
and I think this was my time. And was the right time.
Yeah.
If I need 2 years, I take 2 years. But absolutely, if I absolutely, I would recommend to do this. I think I repeat, it's worth for the return on the investment. This is important, and then it's important that everybody can put a budget in line with their capability.
Exactly.
This is the most important thing. And then, of course, your agency and your support for me was important because it's still important.
Exactly.
And absolutely.
Super, yeah. So I think this one is a really important episode because we have a customer here, exactly. And you can really comment whatever questions you have and in the below. And then also Luca will also check these comments and maybe reply to you as well, guys. So any questions you might face as a first investor time taking in Dubai, maybe visiting Dubai, watching this video, and you have any doubts about Dubai, about the brokerage companies, about anything, you can always ask directly, even maybe Luca, and he will be able to reply to your comment. Yeah, we will reply as well. So, and I think it will be really interesting for you to know also about his journey in applying for the visa and how he received it, or what kind of specific conditions or eligibility criteria there are. So you can always ask us. That's not a problem, and we will be definitely helping you in this process all the time. Yeah, and maybe also at the same time, if you willing and you will be our customer buying any unit, you can be here sitting on this table as well as Gianluca, and this is actually the first time for Luca to enjoy this. And that's amazing, really, because for me it was also kind of a first time inviting a client to this table and just having just a little bit of conversation about things, how are going, and that's, I think, kind of an experience for you as well. A new one, same as investing. This is a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nice. I like it. And we're just trying to provide customers really transparent information, trying to share our knowledge and expertise and experience also from customers, from other specific. We invite also the mortgage advisors here, so they can give people a little bit more details about that. That's, I think, kind of an idea of this channel. So just to inform people more about Dubai real estate, how they can safely invest in the city, how they're going to live in the city, if they just simply want to visit here as well. So even we help as well with the suggestion about the area to stay sometimes. Yeah. So I remember you asking as well, Dimitri, what do you think about if we stay here in this hotel or there? So, I mean, it's absolutely fine to have even not related questions to the properties, just to normal things like here and there. Where can I play golf? Where can I go paddle to play? Where can I do these things? I mean, this is unbelievable, yeah. So, thanks a lot, John.
Thanks
a lot. And I would like to thank you. You are a very brave person, actually. And thank you guys for watching this episode. And I really appreciate it. And if you can share this episode with those you think might benefit from it, that would be really nice. And we can continue our journey and we will share more details with you about the properties, about specific visas, duration for the visa applications, for best prices on the market. And you always can contact us on the phones in the description, or click the button also to follow us, subscribe, and like. Don't forget it. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned. Bye.